Well, it finally cooled off. We're, I think we're hovering right around 14 degrees right now. I'm a little late getting started. That's just because I wanted it to warm up a little bit. This is the first time I've considered unpacking my coats this winter. I don't even have a coat to wear. They're all packed away in totes. Make sure the chickens have water. Everything has a pretty good film of ice on it. The chickens aren't even excited about coming out like normal. Oh, everyone's wanting to stay huddled up where it's warm. I don't blame them. But so far, I mean, we've gotten a little ice. It's not terrible. It's been a lot worse before. Check, see what our water looks like. Oh yeah. Actually, the ice on that hardware cloth slows some of the wind down, like a natural windbreak. In the last video, I was cutting the steps for the treads for the stairs going up to the second floor, and I ran out of material. I have to go out here and drag some more out. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Hopefully it won't be too bad on the inside. I don't have any help today. April's sick. We couldn't make it to town anyway because the roads are all iced over. So I'm just going to be flying solo today. She's in there. She's not feeling very good. But all I have is, I think, 5 more to go. And I'll have everything cut to length. And I can start working on running it all through this little planer. just get them over in the house, get them cut to the proper length. You know, when it's cold like this, things just they don't work like they normally do. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with it a lot up here. For the most part, it's a pretty mild climate. There's not a lot of humidity. Rarely see 100 degrees in the summer. Average winter temperatures are, you know, in the 20s. So it's not real bad. We do have those times that it can get pretty ugly, like today. These have a complete layer of ice on them. I really need to melt this off. I wonder, I bet I could use a weed burner. If I scorch them, it won't be that big of a deal. I don't do it too bad because they have to be planed anyway. I think I'm going to do that. It's just too slick to do anything with. All right, I've made it up here. I'm up here to this purling right now. And my treads have to come over. All this needs to come up to here. I still have this gap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a little oscillating saw, and I'm just gonna notch this out so that that will slide all the way over. I may have to come back and trim this corner just a little bit, but I'm going to try not to do that if possible. See if I can get this to work. Battery's already dead. Well, this cold just takes a toll on these batteries. Okay, you can see, and that only took me about 15 minutes. So that just leaves me two more to do. I'm gonna have to notch this one below here because it's hitting just the bottom edge of this. So I'm actually gonna have to trim the tread on that one. I'm gonna have to cut it back because I'd have to take 3 inches out of this log here. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably mark it, and I'll trim it out, and then two more, and all these will be cut. I need to set up a heater. I think instead of a weed burner, I don't really want, I mean, weed burner is just going to melt the ice. It's still not going to warm everything up that's in it. So I may set these up and put just a little electric heater underneath there, something that, you know, it's warm but it's not hot, and throw a tarp over the top of it and just let it sit out here overnight. That way, you know, that way they can warm up, get most of the moisture off of them, and I can run them through the planer tomorrow. So I need to grab 2 more, get those cut to length, and figure out what I'm going to do to heat these things up. A little while ago, I got a low temperature alarm in my well house. You guys that have been around a little while know that back in the summer, the well house that was here, we got a lightning storm came through and it burnt my well house down. So we had to have all new plumbing and stuff put in here, and I haven't had time to build a new well house. I made a temporary shelter, insulated it somewhat, and it's been working fine. I had a little heater in here, but the heater quit working and it got down to right at freezing temperatures. So I had another little ceramic heater, this one, that I threw in here to warm things up. But the problem with this one is I use this little temperature switch. So I can get that in here where you can see it. These things work great. I've been using this one, I don't know, probably 6 years now. And I've got a few of them that I use for different things around here. One of them is for the heat lamp over the water in the chicken house. It works great. These things come on at around 34 degrees and go off. I can't remember what this temperature is, but it goes off around, there it is. Comes on at 38, goes off at 50. So it works great. You know, you have to keep them in a dry place. You can't have them in the rain, but put in here and it works great. But the problem with this little heater is when you cycle the power off, you have to manually turn it back on when the power comes back on. Well, that won't work for this little setup. So I had to run to town and get another heater, but I have a plan for this one for tonight for something else. So we're going to take this one out. We're going to throw another one in here right quick and get this button back up. And need a knife after all. Now this one This one's, it works without having to reset it. You can kill the power when the power comes back on, which is how the little thermostat works anyway. When it comes back on, the heater will just come back on. So it'll stay between 38 and 50 degrees here in the well house and won't have any trouble. I don't want to put a heat lamp or any of that stuff in here. Just do it this way. I do keep a little temperature sensor back here away from it. That way I know that if the temperature, if we're at least 38 degrees back there, then we're good up here where all the plumbing is. So let's see. Turn this on to here. I don't need it that high. I don't know which is which. I'm assuming this is temperature here. Oh yeah. Oh, this. I guess that's the thermostat. We'll just leave it wide open and control it with that back there. That'll work. Make sure you kill the power, which I know it will. And it just comes right back on. And that's it. And that'll keep all of this nice and warm in here. And hopefully, no more issues. Alright, now I'm going to take this other little heater, and this other heater is going to go out to the house, and we'll use it to try and dry those other stair treads up. Those 4x4s that I dug out and cut up this morning, they were covered in snow and ice. They got rained on, so I need to at least try to get the ice melted. So button this up, let's go stack those up, see if we can get that part going. Okay. Space between them. These things are so slick they just slide. Oh, short. This way. Let's see here. Maybe that'll work. Put the heater in it and see what happens. I think that's gonna work. That will, it's not gonna get hot in there, but it's gonna warm it up above freezing to where at least the ice will melt. And I can run this stuff through the planer tomorrow and try to get this anchored down. So I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I'll come back and check it in a little bit. I have one more thing I need to get done today before it gets dark on me. And yeah, and it's getting cold.